Shalom, shalom, and blessings unto you, and grand rising to you on this beautiful day. I'm coming before you with the Hermetica. The Hermetica is a Greek corpus, the Hermeticum, and the Latin Asclepius in a New English translation with notes and introduction. I have to go to work, so I'm just going to cover this real quickly and briefly. The Hermetica is what talks about Hermes Trismegistus. A lot of scholars have said Hermes Trismegistus was either this figure or that figure. But getting straight to the point and understanding and asking God to give us understanding, I'm just going to make it plain. The Hermetica or the Hermes Trismegistus is a character from late antiquity that speaks of Christianity from its early inception, the thought, the reality, the education. What they would say is a contemporary to Moses. However, there's a lot to be said about this book here. Most definitely, most certainly. It's interesting because it's just like the Shepherd of Hermas, where when I was reading that book, it gave me a lot of inspiration. In fact, it also made some visions a lot clearer, getting some understanding on what God will have us to do and where we are at now in this time. So, case in point, where are we at now at this time? You know, a lot of people believe in horoscopes, but I'll tell you, you better get out of that stuff. Especially when things are out of order, so to speak. Because what would that mean for your horoscope? Nevertheless, I don't believe in horoscopes. There was a time that I did way back in the days, like way back in the days. But I got to be honest, guys, it never worked for me. And if I can recall, my God told me to test the spirit, to try the spirit by the spirit. So let me just get straight to the point and come here. And we're going to start here. Since God has made me tranquil, Father, I no longer picture things with the sight of my eyes, but with the mental energy that comes through the powers. I am in heaven, in earth, in water, in air. I am in animals and in plants, in the womb, before the womb, after the womb, everywhere. But tell me this also, how is it that the torments of darkness, 12 in number, are repulsed by 10 powers? By what means, Trismegistus? This tent, pay attention, this tent from which we also have passed, my child, was constituted from the zodiacal circle, which was in turn constituted of blank entities that are 12 in number, 1 in nature, kind, a thought, a mentality, omniform, many different forms, many, male, female, large, small, in appearance, to mankind's confusion. There are disjunctions among the 12, my child, though they are unified when they act. Recklessness is not separable from anger. They are indistinguishable. Strictly speaking, then, it is likely that the 12 retreat when the 10 powers, the decad. That would be a group of 10, a set of 10. That is, drive them away. The decad engenders soul, my child. Life and light are unified when the number of the Hinad, the one, of spirit, is begotten. Logically, then, the Hinad contains the decad, the Hinad. Father, I see the universe and I see myself in mine. This, my child, is rebirth. No longer picturing things in 3 bodily dimensions. And where do we see this at? We see that when Christ had prayed to the Father, he said, Father, let them know that you and I are one. And we must become one. Through this discourse on being born again, that I have noted down for you alone, to avoid casting it all before the mob, but to give it to those whom God Himself wishes. And again, we are told not to cast our pearls among swine, in which I practice heavily in these days, because I understand to a great understanding that not everybody wants to hear what you want to hear. And just because everybody doesn't hear what you are saying and what you're speaking doesn't mean you're not speaking truth. Blessings and peace. There is more word.